never turn to stone. Don't believe in all you hear and only have what you see. Trapped inside a bottle, I'm still floating in the sea.
Hey, it's Blastzone Mike, and welcome to Blastzone Mike's FireRock TV show. And today we have a special episode with the Spider Rockets. The Spider Rockets are, yes, on the label that I work for, and that would be FireRock Music Group. How are y'all doing today?
We're good. How you doing? It's good to talk to you, man.
Pretty good myself, just plugging along, this entertainment business, you can't sleep on it. You got to keep going and going and going.
Don't you know, it was so true.
You sleep when you're dead, right?
So when you were signed to FireRock, you had done it with Tom, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me how that went about and why you all decided to do an album with us.
So I met Tom through a mutual friend, and we started talking on the phone. She suggested I get in touch with him, and we started talking and talking music on the phone for a while, and then he brought up his record label, and he said, hey, there might be some opportunities with my label. And we said, oh, well, that's awesome, because we're finishing up an album and we're looking for a label, so we just kind of and we seemed that our goals were kind of in line, and it just seemed like a smart kind of good opportunity, but also it just seemed like kind of a good fit. Yeah, exactly, a good fit.
So you all have been around for several years. Tell me, each one of you, tell me as you were growing up who your influences were.
Yeah, I could go. Yeah, so I got into music originally, believe it or not, listening to, and this is kind of contradictory to what we play style-wise, but Earth, Wind, and Fire. Boston, too, believe it or not. And then as I got into probably middle school, I got into the Ramones, the Clash, Sex Pistols, got into Black Flag, stuff like that, more punk side of things. And then I tried to expand my taste, and I got into Guns N' Roses, everything in between. But my biggest influences for sure is the Ramones. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be playing music at all.
Isn't it wild? I'll get to the next person, but I wanted to bring this up. Isn't it wild that I don't know if any of you all have children, but I have a 26-year-old son, and when me and his mom got together, he was only 2, and his biggest influences in his life were Kiss and Guns N' Roses and bands like that. And then later in life, I was able to bring him to see Kiss and to see Alice Cooper, and he's been to so many shows with me. But the point I'm making with what you're saying is music transcends to different generations, Like for me, I was a big glam guy, okay? And then I saw Guns N' Roses at the Ritz on MTV, and it was life changing for me. It was like, where have these guys been, and why have I not been listening to them? Um, so I get that as an influence. Um,
Were
Next,
you a New York Dolls fan, or?
a New York, yeah, he just passed away.
Yeah. You mentioned glam, so it was kind of fit into that a little bit. So I figured you would be.
Yeah, the Buster Poindexter, he just passed away, and I mean, he didn't just pass away, but you know what I mean. Um, it's funny that you mentioned some of those guys like Marky Ramone. I interviewed him in a hotel room in North Carolina once, so uh, that's kind of cool that you bring up the Ramones.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's next?
All right, I'll be your next victim.
Okay.
For me, I started playing violin when I was a kid, when I was 7. Um,
Neat.
so I played violin through, I was like a first violin in our orchestra through high school. And I was into, believe it or not, musical theater. I loved it, man. That was like, I knew all of the songs for all of the um, classic plays and stuff, the musicals and stuff. Um, I guess when I got out of school, I got more into kind of the rock stuff, the hard rock stuff. Um, and I was into Janis Joplin. It was like the thing for me. I was like freaking, I went hardcore for Janis Joplin. And I remember my brother got me this box set um, like it was a box set of CDs, you know, and it was just like her whole story, everything that she recorded ever and stuff. So I was into that for a long time. Did like the Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday thing for a while too. Ann Wilson, of course, for me. Amy Winehouse. And I know it's just totally off genre too for that, but it's just something about her, just her spirit, her like freaking kind of badass attitude. Like, even though it isn't the same genre, it doesn't matter. It's the feeling.
That doesn't matter all the time, you know. I mean, you know, typically a lot of people say Ace Frehley was their favorite guitar player or something like that. But, you know, to hear somebody say Janis Joplin and people like that at the age that you're at, that's pretty thrilling, you know, because Janice was great. You know, her life was cut too short, like
Yeah,
so many other people we can talk about. But that's interesting.
iconic before her time, you know, like really iconic, you know. So um, yeah, for me, super like, and I think Rob Halford has always kind of like um, just because he's just the whole package, just like the voice, the freaking presence, everything, just kind of always was inspirational to me. So
So I'm going to get to the next person, but I got to ask you. So your stage performance, did you also study these different women in music to create your own stage performance? Is that how you figured it out?
yeah, you know what? I don't. Um, that's kind of clinical. Like to me, it's just you evolve a little bit. It's your own personality, your own thing. And for me, it was kind of evolution. You don't kind of for me, I can't just sit there and say, I'm going to study this and just kind of, you know, do like they're doing and stuff because you're not that person and you're not anywhere
Mhm.
near that person. And you don't have their influences and stuff, even though they are your influence, you are also influenced by a bunch of other people too. And it's like, so for me, it's like finding something within yourself, but also being inspired by these other people, you know, and that's, for me what they are to me, inspiration.
It's interesting. Okay, there's only one more of you there, right?
John, the guitar player. Believe it or not, actually, I started out playing drums when I was a kid, but
Um,
that was like grammar school stuff, you know, marching in parades, doing my stuff. But then I realized as I got closer to high school that I just thought guitar was cooler. So, boom, switched over to guitar. But I guess a lot of my influences, I base them a lot off classic rock people, also from the Jimmy Pages to Ace Frehley, as you said. I love him. Joe Perry from Aerosmith. There's a lot of those guys. I feel like there wasn't so much, even the Beatles. There wasn't so much. How do I word this? Where the music is fake. It can't be done in record. It was done actually on the tape in the recording
mhm.
studios live, and I can appreciate that talent behind it, seeing what it was like recording ourselves and you know, imagining back to like Queen and Bohemian Rhapsody. So I guess I do have a lot of influence that are classic. I also I like Godsmack, I like Avenged Sevenfold, Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that. I try to keep a little more current, but I got to say a lot of my main guitar influences probably in blues guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan I love, and even the older one, the Howlin' Wolf going way back. But I just enjoy that style and that influence that it brings to the music.
So, how many of you are original members?
Well, the drummer unfortunately didn't make it today. He had something he had to take care of, but it would be three of us. Tony's the only newer member.
Oh, cool. So, for people who might not know, I know you're promoting your new album of FireRock, but how many did you make prior to this?
I believe this is our 6th or 7th. I think it's 6th, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, when did you all start out?
we started as a duo, believe it or not. So we started as a duo before the band got started in the late 90s. And then we became a band a few years after that. So we started as a duo, and we were just playing bars and everything, and recording and stuff. And then we
basically cutting our teeth.
Right? Yeah, cutting our teeth. Yeah.
So, what do you think is the secret to the success of the Spider Rockets and having a sixth album come out now?
You know what? I think it's perseverance.
Yeah, hard work.
And hard work, really. It's loving what we do.
Love
too.
what you do. You have to love what you're
That's
doing.
the biggest thing. I mean, we love making music. We love playing. We love performing. We love creating music, and that's. But also, doing the work. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you don't do the work, then you can wish forever and whatever. But that's.
And you all have been all over, and you played with many bands that people would know, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, and I feel like, and they've all been great experiences, and it's always such a privilege to be able to do that. We, every opportunity is we just are so excited to take them on, and that's something that never gets old, That's really,
So, for each of you, who's been your favorite band to actually be out touring or playing with?
I have just a quick story. It's similar to this. One time we're opening for Slash's Snake Pit, and
Oh, wow.
we're opening up for him. So I'm on stage and I'm setting the amp. This is early before the show. We're giving a sound check, and then I turn around and look, and Slash is right next to me. And I'm like, oh.
Huh?
And then I turn around and I see racks of Marshall heads all in his cabinet that all says Guns N' Roses all over it. And I felt like a little kid. I didn't know what to say. Nice. Yeah,
super cool.
it was just, So anyway, that was one of my really cool stories that I always remember.
And Guns N' Roses is like freaking. I didn't mention them as an inspiration, but holy crap, Axl Rose and Slash and
even Duff.
Duff.
We opened for Duff.
We opened it for Duff too. So in New York City. So so they're tremendous, and it's like, and I love the fact that I feel like within their music, there just was like all these different elements. So it was just like, it didn't just appeal to like the metal people or the hard rock people. It was like this kind of punk ass element to it too that I loved, and that's just, it just kind of like pulls at you and stuff. And so it was a thrill to
You know what's wild? What's wild is most people say Slash and Axl, but Stradlin, he wrote all the songs. You know, he was really the main guitarist in Guns N' Roses, and people are always talk about Slash and all this other stuff, and it's kind of like, I live in Kentucky, and I never even knew that Blackstone Cherry's singer Chris is the lead guitarist. I always thought Ben was the lead guitarist, but Chris is. It's like when you break it down, is that the reason the new Guns N' Roses stuff isn't the greatest stuff that we've heard in the past? Because Izzy's not writing it. Axel or whoever's writing it at the time.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
there's something to be said for like a chemistry.
Yeah. Like a writing formula
Yeah,
that you
and-
develop
and
as a
writing
band,
chemistry
in the
too.
band.
So it's like, yeah, you know, something that kind of just works, and it's like, and if you change some of, and it's hard to say, you know, I mean, like looking from the outside, who knows, you know, but it could be anything. It could be that. It could be a lot of other things too. So, you know, I I know that we just admire them tremendously. So their old stuff, but the fact that they're still here playing huge stadiums, right, is a testament to their fortitude.
Well,
So,
well, we'll get to that in a minute. Did you tell me who was your favorite person or band to tour with?
oh, to tour with, you, you know what? For me, it's every opportunity has been um, pretty amazing, and I don't think I have a favorite at all. Like each time that we do something, it's like it's pretty exciting for me, and we learn different things from different people. Um, it's you, you can't really separate that, you know. It's just like each time we
Yeah.
go, you learn, and you kind of expand your horizons a little bit, and that's like I said, it's a privilege to be able to do it.
Um, do you have one, or do you feel the same way?
Which one? Which one of us? AJ, Johnny,
Yeah.
AJ.
Yeah, like Helena was saying, every opportunity is an exciting one. I don't think I have an exact favorite like Helena. Um, you know, every time you go out there, you're learning something new, and if not, then you're doing something wrong, right? Because there's always something to learn when you go out there, no matter what band you go out with. So I can't say I have a particular band that I've been, you know, you know, excited about. I mean, I'm excited about all of them, but not a particular one, on the top of my head.
So on the flip side, starting with you, what band would you like to go tour with this new album?
Guns N' Roses.
That's funny.
I don't know. Oh, that's a tough one.
ACDC, Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses.
There's so many options there.
Why choose? Like, just like
Yeah.
go across the board, all of them.
That's funny. That's a good answer. Um, I
It's
have to
true.
ask you. I have to
How's,
ask you. What do you think about AI today in music?
Oh, AI. That's hard. I mean, I feel like AI is good and bad in its own way. I feel like unfortunately, it makes it so that anybody could do this in a way. With the recording aspect of things, especially. Um, I feel like it kind of takes away some of the raw and natural talent that people have because, like I said, AI allows across the board for anybody really to do this. So I don't know. That's just, I guess, my kind of take on things. At the same token, there's good aspects to it too. So um, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing for me when I'm on YouTube and there's new videos of people, and you're like, "Is that AI or is that really them?"
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
that's the thing that I guess bothers me the most is, there's a new Eminem song with Jelly Roll or somebody, and I'm just like, "Is that real or is it AI?" You know, it's just it's confusing, and it's wild that we've got to that point in music and entertainment that we use AI. I know people that made full albums, made up a band name, made up a band, and put out an album, which was just all done by computer.
Yeah.
You know,
that, I mean, to me, it's like,
Sad.
yeah, and I know that we're still in baby, like infant stages of AI and stuff, and it's like there's just so much that the capabilities are pretty huge, but um, it's also they aren't creating it if it's AI creating it, right? So there's like an ownership thing too. If AI, whatever platform of AI is creating that album or writing that song, they're not the songwriters. So they don't own it. The AI company owns it, essentially. And the same thing with video too. if you have AI that creates a video, right? I'm just thinking out
Yeah.
loud. You have AI that creates a video. You don't own that video. Whatever that company is owns that video. So it's yeah, it might be a simple thing to do, and I guess if you're doing it from your bedroom and you're like just doing it for fun, shits and giggles and stuff, it's all cool. But if you're doing it as an artist and you're trying to create something and stuff, um, you can't use AI to. You can use AI, but you're not going to own what what you're putting out. Then
So maybe you pay.
um, it's not completely yours. Then it's not from you. It's also with so it's not in your. So it gets kind of complicated there too. I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you've all seen it, but there's new tracks coming out of Janie Lane from Warrant,
Yeah.
and those tracks they used AI in those too, but they took I'm pretty sure they took the tracks that were demos and tapes and things like that, and they did kind of like what the Beatles did with that new song that they put out that was John's song, and they cleaned it up with AI to create the song and then put it out as a song. It's
Huh.
pretty amazing, actually. If you go listen to the tracks, it's pretty amazing what they did with it. Being a Janie Lane fan and have heard those demos before or heard those songs, uh, the new versions are just amazing.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just amazing, you know. Uh, but I think it's the same kind of technology they used with the Beatles, and they've used with I don't know if you know much about country, but Randy Travis put out an album, and the guy that sung it, they put his music, his lyric or his vocals over it to create a Randy Travis album because Randy can't sing anymore. He had a stroke. So the whole album was done with a dude and then AI over it.
Huh.
Pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. So tell me, do you have a video out for this album yet or a single? Are you all promoting any of that?
We are. We have the title track, "Dirty and Bad," um, is our first single and our first lyric video that came out a couple of months ago now, and that is our first track. We are working on a second video right now for a follow-up single, and that will that's still in the works right now. So in production.
So with FireRock, it's worldwide. And is it just digital and CD at the moment?
Um, the we have a physical product, yeah. We have digital, yes. Is that
How have, how has the perception been to everything you're doing now? I mean, has things changed a lot for you with the label, or do you not see a change? How's that been going for you?
well? I think with each album release, you see a uptick and you see an interest and stuff. I think that this one, it has been very well received. We're really excited about it.
Radio's doing well.
Yeah, radio's doing really, really well. We're excited. We're really excited about it. It's still climbing the charts on the rock charts and radio, and that is something that is new territory for us, um, commercial
Where are
wise.
you on the charts? I think Tom told me that you were charting pretty high on some things. What are some of the charts that you're charting on?
Um, Now, media base, SMR, which is a secondary um, rock charts, secondary market rock charts, um, charting pretty high on them, but also on the top ads chart for one of them as well too. So like, yeah, I mean stuff that just shows that we're being played and we're being played a lot, which is and it seems to be on an uptick each week, which is a really good thing, which is very
Any
exciting.
any tours in the future?
we are working on that, and that's something that we tooling away on here, and hoping for something to
So
come up on our horizon that makes sense. Yeah.
Great. Hopefully you come close to Kentucky and I can come out and see you all play.
We would
Yeah.
love
That'd
that.
be that'd be amazing. You know, I have so much faith in the label. You know, I've been a part of it for like 2 years now, and you know, I talk to Tom every day, and I think what I've helped him create with the label is something amazing. You know, it's a place where people can be who they want to be as a musician, and it's a place where you know that your music's not going to be stolen. That you know you're 100% in, but you get to keep your rights to your stuff. And I think that's unheard of for labels in general in 2025.
Yes,
yeah,
it is. It's very artist friendly. Yeah.
yeah.
So tell people where they can reach out to you to get shirts or CDs or earlier CDs or whatever they want, or to get you all to sign something or have you played with somebody. How can they get a hold of you?
The first place would be our website. It's spiderrockets.com. Um, from there, you can sign up on our mailing list. You can check out our socials. You can look at the videos. You can stream the new album. You can purchase a hard copy of the new album. So that's the first stop. You can go everywhere from the website, but start with the website.
Interesting. Well, it's been good talking to you. I'm glad you're part of the Fire Rock family. Like I said, hopefully you'll come out this way a little bit and I'll be able to come out and catch you all play live. Everybody, if you watch this, make sure you go and you support all bands that are local or bands that you might not know or whatever the case may be. Support music because it's hard to be a musician and survive.
That's the
So
truth.
true.
That's the truth. But we're excited to be part of the Fire Rock family, and we're um, musicians forever. So it's both great things, and we look forward to seeing you in Kentucky when we
Come
come out. Yeah. So
It'd be amazing if you